Hello Internet, I'm Jackie Fox, and over here on Global, we tend to have a bit of a tendency to predict the future based on exactly what happened in JP, and not recognize, say, the structural differences that the global community faces as opposed to Japanese culture, but also the fact that there are just fundamental differences culturally in the 4-month advance that we have, but also in that this is kind of the second run for the game company, and they're playing the game a little bit differently. They're creating a different meta for us, a meta that often feels like it is trying to make things take a different path than what the JP meta did. And boy, oh boy, are they really like going hard on that concept by giving us all 4 of the first global exclusive units at Transcendent real early on. And like, Duane definitely needed it. He needed the master ability too. This might bring him actually back into teams. I know Kaio is super excited about this news and super excited about this vision card, which was originally the reason that I made this video. Like, it was something that was so exciting to me this morning, seeing this vision card, that I didn't even scroll down and notice that that 2 of my favorite units right now for evasion that might actually make evasion a lot more interesting for global than it was for JP was this card. And like, not even for, I mean, again, what did I say about area attack resistance, man-eater, and one of the critical trio on like on many of these cards? But you know, this is the other one, and look, it is for Sword, Red Mage, as well as Katana and Black Mage. So one obvious answer to this is like Black Witch Helena. Maybe, I forget which group Dark Fina falls into, but maybe Dark Fina as well. Definitely Sephiroth, and here Duane, who is a Red Mage type. And you can see that because well, no, actually that's more of a Spellblade thing, but we're just not going to talk about that distinction in this video. It's also worth pointing out that this gives a unique attack to Duane, which looks pretty powerful. I'm not going to get too far into that or into that vision card, because actually I've got to explain to you now why the most exciting part about all of this to me is that this is a Red Mage vision card. And this is the point in the previous take of this video where I forgot to do OBS stuff and just recorded like a good 4 or 5 minutes of me on that page when I was trying to show you this, because look, there's only 4 Red Mage URVCs in JP right now. And we haven't gotten 3 of them. Why am I excited for another Red Mage VC? Is it because I really like Sylvie? She is a Red Mage that we have that JP doesn't. And then if we look at the units that JP has, maybe I'm excited about Daddy Raegan. Maybe I'm excited about, you know, a more mature, sophisticated looking, less fuckboy Howlet. You know, maybe I'm excited about those things. Maybe I'm excited because of Sylvie's vision card, which we have over here on Global and they don't have over there on JP. And yes, it supports Red Mages. Maybe I'm excited about Shadow Lynx's vision card, which has pretty cool art, having the whole light and dark Shadow Lynx theme here, which is kind of like the Black Swan concept, which is, it's a swan, she's a swan, it's the white swan and the darks. I love it. I'm just saying, it's not even the art. It's not that this is also a global exclusive Red Mage card. It's not the fact that this will be our 4th Red Mage card because of these 2 global exclusives, and because we do already have the Sephiroth VC. So maybe we'll start there. I mean, I actually didn't talk about these. We've got, again, Human Killer, AoE resistance, and a critical. This is pretty much par for the course for a red mage card, as I'm noticing making this video. So let me just close that tab. Missile resistance is giving us a powerful resistance, critical damage by the critical trio, and attack up. This is going to be a much more fundamental card as your main VC for the physical variant of this, but I think that there is plenty of room, especially if you're combining elements, to make either a mixed damage or a physical or a magic based red mage team. And I think that that's going to make these cards interesting and versatile, and maybe which one certain players prefer. Again, if you're going more physical, this is one that maybe you want to look harder into. If you're going more magical, maybe you want to look more into Sylvie's. But this is one that we have, and we even have an improved version over the JP version. And that is that Sephiroth gets even cooler with this card. But this is going to be the slash attack up card. I think this might actually be the most important red mage card, because all red mages are generally united in some form of slash attack. At least the good ones, the UR ones, have slash attacks. So this is good for your mixed damage teams, it's good for your magical teams, it's good for your physical teams. If you ever want to do something with red mages, this might be the most important card for you to get and for you to main. But it's not just that. Because we are at 4 cards now, the next card that we're going to get is going to be a magic attack resistance penetration up by nearly 30, more pierce resistance. So like, again, this team is going to be able to swap in and out resistances based on its vision cards exceptionally well, and should have a variety of different resistances, in addition to just being really good at all parts of the critical combo. So this is going to be a more important if you're going more for the magic build, although I think this might arguably be one of the least important cards for red mages, in that, again, the better red mages are not using magic attack, they're using slash attack. So while this would be interesting, it just isn't. Pierce attack is not a particularly common damage type. The only part of this I think is really good is critical rate, so we'll just call this one maybe the most skippable. So then we get the Raegan and Son VC, which oddly enough, his son can't get a frickin' buff on. Oh well. Last well was included, I think. But not Rain. Was last one included? No, I don't think this is a katana card. Neither of them. But it is a red mage card. This is going to give elemental chain resistance, which is just a next level type of resistance that red mages are going to have access to because of these cards. But also critical damage up 20 and slash resistance, the ever important slash resistance. This feels like it is so general that it might actually be a really good main VC for basically any type. Yeah, I think this could be kind of your third main VC for a lot, so this might be one of the better and more flexible ones as well. I still think Sephiroth is probably the best. This is probably the best one that isn't limited, and this one is probably one of the worst ones all around. This one feels a little bit redundant when you consider that we have Sylvie. In fact, maybe Gumi changes this card for global. Maybe they don't make it as redundant with the Human Killer, but if they do, this does give red mages the unique ability to stack Human Killer on magic attack in a way that I don't think that other groups have access to. In addition to that, increase of spirit is pretty cool. So this could be a pretty cool main if you're not going for the other magic attack, Human Killer on magic attack card, which is AoE resistance, which is probably more applicable. I think that if we do end up getting this card exactly as it is, especially if you have Sylvie's card, there was a very good argument for making this your sub VC, because I don't think it's as generally applicable. And there's not really overlap between Spirit and Strike, other than one particularly great move that Scholars have. It's not really a thing. Even the units that are both magical and strikey are one of those things at a time, like Makoto, instead of both of those things at the same time. So I'm just... this card confuses me in general, and I just don't think it's as good as the Sylvie card. So this is probably going to be your sub VC. But, you know, at this point, we've got 7 cards. If you've already collected the previous ones, maybe you just skip this one entirely. Or maybe you play the long game on this one and the previous, and you skip out on the limited ones, because the global exclusive based ones, those, you know, we're probably going to be seeing banners for those next week, so they aren't very limited. You get plenty of opportunities to grab them. And it also means that for people who are really thinking about a red mage future, pulling on these global exclusive banners, like let me go back to what we have. Pulling on these global exclusive banners where you can get a party for all with Swan-like Grace and Meeting in the Moonlight, presumably, depending on how the banners look. This is just a win-win-win situation for red mages. Even if you don't get the card you were looking for getting, you're still getting a great card along the way. So I think that the potential banners that we might see next week for global exclusive VCs will be a huge must pull for anyone who wants to play the red mage meta that is going to be hitting global a whole heck of a lot sooner than it's going to hit JP. And with all that being said, man, I hope you're excited about this 140 Duane, Kaio, and Bar. I hope that you're excited about the 140 Zazan, and, well, all of those people throughout the ranks who have a 120 Helena. I hope you're excited about that. And me, I'm really excited about the 140 Freyevia. So, I mean, tell me in the comments how you're feeling. I'm probably gonna release this video all quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I guess I'll see you in the next one.